What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Viking Boys. Jake here. Today we're going to be switching things up a little bit. So my last two videos, one was on KPIs and also building your team, what positions to hire. Today I'm going to be switching it up and we're going to be going over what a one-on-one meeting looks like between us and our acquisition managers. We're going to play one of their recorded calls and critique it. Go through our sales cycle, make sure that we're hitting each and every single point of our sales cycle. So what this will do is later on, if you're having trouble closing deals, if you can go back and listen to your agent's calls and go through your seller script or your sales cycle more so, you'll be able to know exactly where the ball might be dropping and where, leads might be slipping through the cracks. This is something you absolutely need to be doing on a weekly basis. You need to be sitting down with your acquisition managers, going over their calls and seeing what issues they might have. Record the calls, that way you can use it as a critiquing method to make everyone better, because when everyone's better, guess what it leads to? More money. So we're going to get Jack in here, we're going to go over one of his calls. You'll see exactly what we do to make sure that our acquisition managers are hitting every single point in our sales cycle. Stay tuned. Alrighty, we got Jack here. Like I was saying, he is new to the team, about a week and a half. A lot of learning, and he's been really rolling through this, onboarding process and knocking out the script. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a call here that we have recorded, and you're gonna see what we do when we go over a call and how we critique it. So you'll notice on these calls, they're a little different than the ones that you've seen Luke cold calling. So Jack, he is working all inbound leads that are coming in. So we have a completely different script that we're using for our inbound leads opposed to cold calling and the outbound stuff. With cold calling, you're trying to find, the 1, 2, 3 people that are interested out of 1,000. Whereas this, they're already in the system. So Jack's going to be walking them through the sales cycle from top to bottom, because we want to exhaust every single lead, no matter if they might want a little bit too much, or the price could be just right. So we're going to jump into this call.
Hello. Hello, is this Mr. Neville?
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Neville, this is Jack. Sorry the call's a little out of the blue here, but I was actually calling because I saw you may have talked to one of my associates about a property you were potentially looking to sell.
I could have. I don't know. I've talked to so many people.
Okay, yeah,
So right off the bat, you can tell this guy, he's very short, to the point. So Jack does a really, really good job. You'll hear in his tonality of just rolling with that and getting over that.
I was just giving you a call here just to see if you had some time to answer a couple more questions about the property, potentially 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm not sure if you thought about it much, and the property I'm referring to is the... But did you have a number in mind you were hoping to get for that one there, if you do end up selling?
Maybe 80.
So one thing we try to do, and what I've expressed to Jack, a number of times, is we really want to try to get a number from them as early as possible in the call. So Jack does a phenomenal job of this. Right off the bat, gets a number out of them.
80,000. Okay. And is there any wiggle room with that at all, or is it pretty set in stone there?
No, I'm not set in stone.
Okay. So just to let you know a little bit about what my partners and I do, we're just some local real estate investors. So we buy all of our properties cash. So we pay for all closing costs, doc fees, and we don't charge any realtor fees whatsoever. So our offer would literally be a net cash offer, straight to your pocket, as is conditioned. So you wouldn't have to fix anything up for us, or basically just leave everything there. So based on that, what do you think would be a fair price for the property? You still thinking 80, or again
Well, I don't know. I want to get rid of both of them together.
Okay, and both of them meaning two properties, or?
Yeah, 2 properties.
Okay, and what was the other property you're referring to? Okay.
So obviously we had one lead that we were marketing to on their one property, and it turns out he has 2 properties that he is now looking to sell. So you'll see in our sales cycle, there are multiple different stages. So it starts off with the intro, then it goes to setting expectations. Under setting expectations, we're making sure they have enough time, 5 to 10 minutes, which Jack did. You did perfectly in that call. We have 5 to 10 minutes to talk. Yes, I do. One thing that we really want to stress is the urgency factor, making sure that they are ready to sell now. So one thing you kind of left out in the script is, I'm glad I was able to get a hold of you today. We actually just had a deal fall out. We've got funds available and that we're ready to buy a property. So if we're able to come to an agreement, you are for sure ready to sell, yes or no. And then he's either going to say, oh yeah, no, I wouldn't be willing to make an answer quite that fast. And then he's not super motivated. Or, yeah, of course, no, that's fine. So that's one thing we did leave out under setting expectations is the urgency factor. We're going to roll back to...
Okay. And so are you saying 80 individually or 80 altogether?
No, individually.
Okay. And then just so I can kind of track along here with you as we go through this, what was the address for the other one? So it's got it. Okay. Perfect. And that one there is looks like it's just under 1,000 square feet. Does that sound right?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Okay. So Mr. Neville, what I'll do here is just so we can basically get you the best possible cash offer for the property there, or both properties if that's what you're looking to do, is I'll just ask you some questions. I'll spend about 5 to 10 minutes with you here, asking specific questions about the roof, the mechanicals, the windows, and things of that nature. And then from there, I'll just step off the phone. I'll run some comps. I'll talk to my partners, and we'll see what the property qualifies for. So again, do you think that's something you have a couple minutes to do here with me?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, great. And if any time you do decide, that you don't want an offer, that you have other stuff going on, please feel free to let me know. We can always make it work at your convenience. So,
I love that you're giving them the option. If we're not able, you decide this isn't what you want to do, we're not going to be upset. You don't have to sell the deal to us, yes or no. So right. I think you did a great job there.
So, Mr. Neville, if you do decide to end up selling those properties, why would you?
Do what now?
So, what's the reason you would end up deciding to sell the properties there? Are you just looking to move to another area, or just liquidate them, or?
No, I'm gonna pay my house off.
Oh, pay the house off. Okay, perfect. Awesome. So how long have you lived at the? I guess we'll just start with the. How long have you lived at the property there?
Never.
Never. Okay. So you've just owned it but never lived there. Is anyone living there right now?
So another question you could ask. So obviously it's a rental for him, so he's never lived there. I would maybe word that differently and say, oh, how long have you owned the property for? And then he's going to say, which I think you might cover later on in the call, but then he's going to obviously tell you an answer. And I think, so this portion right here is where we're trying to uncover the motivation. And I think that motivation is the number one most important thing on all of these calls. If you are working inbound leads, finding the true motivation is the absolute must. So I think we're going to jump into the property conditions, and I think we could have done a little bit more on the motivation, digging deep. Instead of saying, oh, if you were to sell these, why would you sell? Be like, obviously, how long have you been thinking about selling? And he'll say, oh yeah, I know I've been thinking about it a while. Okay, why haven't you sold quite yet? And then he'll say, oh, I'm just waiting to fix it up. Okay, tell me a little bit more about that. For sure. Digging deep, peeling them back to try to find out what the true motivation is and why they maybe haven't sold it so far. Because I mean, if he's owned this house, no one's living in it, it's sitting vacant, he obviously has had the chance to sell it, but he hasn't yet. So we need to figure out why that is and what's holding him back.
No.
Okay. And then can you confirm the bedroom bathroom count for me?
Yeah, it's 3, 1 bath, basement, and a garage, 1-car garage.
Okay. So 3 bed, 1 bath in the basement. Okay, and then have you done any updates to the bathrooms and the bedrooms recently?
The bathroom's completely gutted.
Okay.
I got all new plumbing, and then there's a brand new cast iron tub still in the wooden crate sitting in the living room.
Okay.
And I got a brand new toilet and a brand new vanity. It goes in there.
Okay, and if you could, and you said they were brand new vanity. So if you could describe the vanity to me, what does that look like?
Oh shoot, I don't know. It's still in the box.
Okay, so you're waiting to install it. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a cheap one.
Yeah, like if it's new in box, we probably don't need to ask that. It's more so geared towards we're trying to get a real feel for what condition the house is. So when we go back and run our numbers, we know exactly what we're going to put into it. If the bathroom's already gutted, but he has some of these items, okay, maybe we can save a few bucks, while renovating the bathroom. Already has a tub, already has a vanity, still probably needs tile work in the shower, all of that. But that might be, if it's new, we might be able to skip that.
Okay. Cast iron tub, it wasn't cheap either.
For sure. Okay. And then the condition of the roof and the windows there, what does that look like?
The windows, I think I had put in 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and then the roof same time about 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay. And then do you happen to know if the windows are wooden, aluminum, vinyl?
They're brand new. They're vinyl.
Okay.
Replacement windows.
Perfect. And then what about the kitchen there? Has that been updated within the last 3 years?
No, I got it halfway gutted. It's got a brand new countertop I got to put on. And,
okay.
I just working out of my pocket here and there.
For sure. Yeah, whenever you have time to, I hear you there. Okay.
So one thing I would ask, in regards to the kitchen, can you tell me a little bit about the cabinets? Are those, original oak, or those, shaker style cabinets? Because if he's doing some of the work, then maybe he would know exactly like when he put those new cabinets in. And then maybe another question on the countertops, I'd be like, do you already have those, or are you looking to have someone come in and put them down?
Okay.
Well, I put it on hold because I just built a $100-something garage at my house.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Good for you. That's great. Did you end up finishing the garage there, or is it?
Yeah, it's under roof. No, it's under roof.
Good for you. That's awesome. Okay, and then the furnace and the AC there. How old are those?
The furnace is brand new. It's in a box over at Kaler in the basement.
Okay. And then what about the AC there?
No, I don't have one.
No AC. Okay. All right, and then what about the hot water tank?
No.
No hot water.
I got the back basement gutted because I was waterproofing the basement.
Oh, I see. So it's okay. I see.
Yeah.
All right, and then have you done any electrical updates recently?
No.
Okay, and you mentioned the plumbing was new?
All the plumbing's new.
Perfect. And then do you have a garage on the property there?
Yeah, so I guess 1.5 or 1, something like that.
Okay.
New roof on it.
Perfect. And then, Mr. Neville, are there any structural issues that you're aware of on the property?
No. No.
Okay. And the basement, just to dive in a little bit deeper here, is it on a slab?
Yeah.
Okay. And
because I was gonna bust it up and waterproof it, and I bought me a brand new $1,900 jackhammer, and
Hell yes.
I hadn't got over to do it because I pulled my back real bad.
Oh, did you? Oh, shoot.
So,
Yeah, I hear you there. Okay.
And then everybody keeps calling about these houses, and I think it was 14-day realty or 21-day realty. They called, I can't think of his name, Brandon, I think, made me an offer on it, and I told him I'd hold off because I got 30 people I'm calling back to that I've been putting people off.
Okay.
And I got, like I told my wife, I said, if I can sell these houses, I'll sell them and pay our house off.
So one thing there, if he is talking to 30 different people, I would maybe just ask him, be like, are you working on gathering offers from all 30, and you're just going to take whoever's the best. And if he says yes, just be like, honestly, that's not really how we do business. We don't really get into bidding wars. It's a lose-lose situation. So, I mean, if that's the case, we'll probably, have to, step back and bow out on this one for sure.
Well, yeah, good for you. Are you the house you're living there primarily? Is that there in Louisville as well?
No. I'm in Mount Washington.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Okay, so we talked about the garage. No structural issues that you're aware of. Basement's on the slab, but it's completely gutted. And you said it was in the process of being waterproofed, basically.
Yeah, I just hadn't got over and do it yet.
Got it. Okay. And is there an egress window down there?
No.
Okay. And then do you happen to know how tall the ceilings are?
No, I really don't know.
Okay. Okay. And are you on the city water and sewage, or okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. And is there anything about the property, any special features that make it stand out at all?
The second floor, when you walk upstairs, it's a pool. You don't have to bend down. It's a pool upstairs.
Oh, I see.
You got full walking steps all the way up. It goes up, goes up. A lot of people like it. It's nice. It's a pretty good sized house. Pretty nice.
Good. Okay. And have you ever considered renting there, or?
No. I bought it because I got a good deal on it. And I just been working on it out of my pocket. And like I said, I started on my garage, and my stepdad got on me and said, "Look, let's get this done." So that's what we did.
For sure. Okay.
So you probably say, okay, so you're looking just to sell it, make a few bucks. And he's going to be like, yes. Okay, well, what's stopped you from selling so far?
Right.
Get back to the motivation of why he hasn't decided to move forward. He said he's talked to 30 different investors, and he hasn't sold it yet. Chances are one of their offers is going to beat our offer. So it's very, very hard when there's that many people trying to go after the same property. It's very, very hard to get a deal.
For sure.
So
I've been pouring all my money in that garage.
For sure. Yep. I hear you there. Okay.
So obviously, I'm sure the money aspect is what is the true motivation. He needs probably to sell that house or both these houses in order to get back flush. After putting all that money into the garage. So that's what I'm assuming, but we never want to assume. We always want to try to, find what their true motivation is by asking the right questions.
Exactly.
Let's see. So. And sometimes people forget, which is completely natural, but is there anything else that you're remembering now so we can get in front of it instead of coming across the last minute? Anything about the property you'd like to highlight?
Well, it's got the three entry doors are brand new. All the windows are new. The roof's new. Like I said, it's gutted. No, the bathroom is. A little bit in the kitchen. All it needs now is like your interior doors, a tub set. It wouldn't take much to put it back together.
For sure. Okay.
I've been around construction my whole life, so I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it sounds like you do. Good for you. That's awesome.
I mean, all I need to do is set the tub. As soon as I set the tub, I could have the tile guy come in there and start tiling. But I just ain't had time.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And like I said, we do buy our properties as is. So if there is anything that if you do reach a point where it just becomes a hassle, or like you mentioned, your back is kind of overwhelming, we would just take the property as it sits, if that would help you out at all. But okay.
I think that line's perfect because it's reiterating how we buy. You'd be able to walk away from it. You wouldn't have to put any more money, time into it. But I would maybe ask him again right there, be like, what's stopping you from doing that?
Right.
Walking away from it. It sounds like you're super busy. Time, you might not have enough time. Like, why not walk away from it, take some equity that you have, and be able to pay off your house?
Okay, so that basically covers the fundamentals for the first property there. Did you have a couple more minutes just to talk about the other property on 3631?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm basically just going to ask you the same questions that I did for the other property. So
if you're just
and feel free to kind of
time of this video, we're going to go ahead and, like I said, he has two properties that we were, talking about. Jack's basically going to reiterate those same exact questions for the second property. So we're just going to go ahead and skip ahead to kind of where it closes. All right, we're wrapping it up.
I think for now, you sound like a busy guy, so I'll let you get on your way here. I think for now, I have everything that I need at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and, after I get off the phone with you, I'll run some numbers again, run some comps. I'll talk to my partners about what we believe we can throw together for an offer for you. And then if I do have additional questions, I'll probably just end up calling you or shooting you a text. Is there a preferable time to get a hold of you if that's the case?
No, it's fine. Anytime.
Anytime's good. Okay. And then is there an email address that I could reach out to be best?
Well, I don't have one. My wife does. You can email her.
Okay. And do you happen to know what that is off the top of your head? Perfect. Okay, great. So, and your first name was?
Oh. So that's something I probably would have asked him in the beginning. Just because you said his last name.
Right.
Maybe just ask him his first name. Be like, oh yeah, we might have spoke with your wife earlier. What was your name? Just so you can use his name throughout it. I know you're using his last name, but it might be a little more
I've had a
personal.
couple offers already, and I've turned them. Of course, they're all going to call me back, they say, but I don't care if I sell them or not. It don't bother me one bit.
Right. Yeah. You just don't want to give it away, is what you're saying. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And those offers, what generally is there a ballpark that they're offering that ends up being too low for you, or?
Really, they've been all over the place.
Okay. Okay.
You could have dug a little deeper there. Maybe asked him, well, what? Obviously, you turned them down. So what were they, at? Because we're trying to come up with what it's going to take to get it done.
Right.
But I like the question.
Great. So, like I said, I'll run some numbers and then talk to my partners here about what you and I had discussed. And you mentioned 80 individually is kind of your range, your ballpark there. So if I think I can make an offer work, like I said, I'll go ahead and give you a call back. Or if I have additional questions that I need more information, just because we like to get as much information as we can about the property.
Oh, I understand.
For
Yeah,
sure.
I got a guy looked at them today, I think.
Oh, okay, great.
So
Wonderful.
let me know. But I'm not going to do nothing.
Right.
I told him you can look at them, but I'm not doing that until I'm happy.
Exactly. Yep. Oh, absolutely. I hear you there.
So this guy might not be too motivated to sell now. So that's why we really, really want to always try to get that underlying motivation early in the call, because this total call is 18 minutes long. So if you're not speaking with someone that's super motivated and ready to go right now, we most likely don't want to be taking them through the entire sales process. You can basically just put them in a later follow-up. If they, in the beginning, if you sense that they're not so interested, then just let them know. Be like, it sounds like you might not be, quite ready to sell. What I can do is I'll go ahead and put you down to, follow up to you in a month, 2 months down the road. How does that sound? They're always going to say, yeah, that's fine. Give me a call.
Sweet.
So really want to try to get the motivation early on in the call, because otherwise you're not really going to know if it's going to even be a deal.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I'll just like I said, my name is Jack. So I'll go ahead and give you a call, and my number here is 502-206-1750. So I'll just like I said, I'll be reaching this number if I have any additional questions. But looking forward to talking with you, and I really appreciate your time today, Robert.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
So guys, keep in mind, Jack has been here a week. So this call was fantastic. For being here a week, and for you already having the script down, everything down, this Pat, is great.
Thanks, man.
There are definitely some things that we can, improve on. Like I was saying, get that motivation early. You did leave a chunk of it out. So one thing that we always want to find out is if there's going to be any deal killers that can come up. And this is one thing that Jack left out. We usually say this before we're closing and setting expectations again about when we're going to call them back. A couple of those are, tell me a little bit about this. What time frame are you looking to sell? And he's going to say, oh yeah, I'm really not too sure.
Right.
So if he doesn't have a timeline, he's not looking to sell like now. You can throw out like, our typical transaction is, we shoot for about 21 to 28 days. Is that something that would work for you? And he'll just say yes or no. Sounds like he would say no.
Right.
And then the next one is risk and discomfort. So this is a little bit geared more so when it's a owner-occupied house, or say if someone inherited a house. Okay, let's say if you're totally happy with our offer, we're able to come to an agreement. What is the next thing that you're going to worry about? 9 times out of 10, they're thinking in their head, oh my gosh, now I have to pack everything up and move.
Right.
So this guy, I get it was a vacant house, so the whole risk of discomfort isn't there as much, but we could still, hit on that, and it's just good to, know that for the next call, because most of these are going to be owner-occupied. And then the other big one is the other decision makers or influence. We didn't cover that at all in this call. What I would just start asking is, if we were to come to an agreement, is there anyone that would be upset that you didn't run this by them first? We know that he has a wife because that's who, we contacted first, and she gave us his number.
Right.
So we know that he has a wife. We don't know if she's necessarily a big decision maker or not. Sounds like he might, kind of rule the roost, but still something you definitely want to ask. I can't even tell you guys how many deals we've blown up by moms, dads, sisters, brothers that come in after the fact, after we basically agreed on a price, it makes sense for them, and then they come in and blow up the deal. Happens so many times. Now we add this to our script, so we uncover that early. So if they say, oh yeah, there is someone I'd have to run it by, my daughter. Okay, fantastic. When can we jump on a call to kind of go over how we can, make this a win-win for everyone? So that is one thing that I would just add, and make sure you don't skip on the next one. Let's see. And then maybe just when you're closing and setting expectations, just kind of tee them up for what's going to happen next.
Okay.
Kind of walk them through. If we're able to come to an agreement, these are what the next steps are, and just kind of lay it out for them, because they might have questions. You can ask them, oh, did you have any questions about the process? You know what I mean? Just kind of wrap it up that way. But overall, I think it was a great call, especially like we said, you've only been with us for a week, which is fantastic. So I'm excited. I think you're gonna do very, very well. Jack, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, absolutely.
For any other topics like this, guys, be sure just to drop us a comment below. We're happy to jump on and do a video just like this, or if you have something that you'd like to see, throw it out there. We'll make it happen. Till next time, guys, great to see you. Thanks so much.